and welcome to Sky's Retail Media Thursdays. So today I will be interviewing our special guest, Jason Omenn, who's Vice President of MPG, Market Performance Group. Really excited to meet him and interview him. So why don't you tell me a little brief bit about yourself and a little bit about your company if you can.
Sure. So I guess it's worth saying I got into this business launching my own brands on Amazon, and we built an agency specifically, originally Amazon, and then it expanded beyond that a little bit. And we were acquired by MPG about 2 years ago, last month. At MPG, I help run our e-commerce business. As a company, MPG spans strategic consulting at the front end all the way through to brick and mortar retail support, and our team is e-com and omni. So we serve about 145 brands in e-com and about 600 brands overall.
So Jason, you reference commerce, right? Mm-hmm. So a little different from retail media. And I think we use that word a lot, especially as we're thinking about cross-channel and other different areas that we can connect with the customer, all focused about a transaction at the end of the day, right? So how do you think your clients differentiate by using your end-to-end commerce solutions?
I would say one of the reasons people work with us is we don't have a cookie cutter approach. And it's one of the reasons my old firm was, I think, attracted to MPG. We had a very similar culture and DNA in that if you think about the background of MPG as a consulting firm, they look at each opportunity in its own unique way. And we do the same thing. So we work backwards. We say, what's your problem or your range of challenges and how can we solve them? And even though I focus a lot on Amazon, we're a brand first crew. So if we think you can do better at Walmart or Home Depot versus Amazon, we're just going to be really transparent about it. And I think our brands really respond to that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely, obviously commerce is very vast and only growing with a lot of different retailers and opportunities. So it's really good to kind of think about that holistically and expand beyond.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So with your wealth of experience, can you see how you've seen Amazon change throughout the years, and what do you see more from them, or where do you kind of see commerce moving into?
Yeah, we like to say the only thing that you can count on is change at Amazon, or the only constant is change. And so if you go back even, I would say 4 or 5 years, Amazon, everybody's heard of hands off the wheel. They're, from a retail perspective, they're trying to move people from 1P to 3P pretty aggressively. And I would say some of the biggest changes that we've seen is the structure of the page on the search results. So you're finding, I would say 5 years ago, there maybe was what they called headline search, now sponsored brand, and a couple of placements and maybe something at the bottom of the page. Now you have sponsored brand video integrated. You have more, I would say maybe 50% more of the search results are paid. And so it's really become a pay-to-play environment, which is good for ad partners like you guys, and it can be for us as well. But it really puts a premium on being really smart about your investment and ensuring that you're strategic with every dollar that you spend. And I think that's one of the biggest changes that I've seen. And again, I think Amazon's ideal scenario is to own nothing and control price. And we are always trying to be fluid in how we monitor the changes that are coming and sort of be one step ahead to really advise our brands on how to take advantage of the changes that come their way.
Yeah, and there's so many, right? I mean, the other one, I just sat on a really good session on just the storytelling and the Amazon stream, and with everything coming out with Prime TV and everything around that. So it's just a ton of opportunity out there. Yeah,
they have this new tied to Amazon Live. I guess it's almost like HVC, which I'm excited to test out for our brands. We also take a really hard look at every offer, every beta that comes out, and we try and help our brands sift through what's really going to help them, because there's so much coming. We really focus on where their dollars will get the best return.
And I think that's really important, right? Because you mentioned that there is so much opportunity. And I think for every brand, it's a little different. So that's where I think, your services really come into play to really help them kind of streamline and figure out what's best for them specifically and how to get through that noise.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that we try to do is be really candid and transparent. We have a part of our mission. It's called Debate Candidly, Decide Cohesively, and we will tell brands, hey, this is what we recommend, and if we want to march down a different direction, we'll do it together. We really try and be transparent, and especially when it comes to marketing, if they have a sort of a gap in expected spend and growth trajectory, we leverage actually data from tools like you guys to help them understand, like, here's the landscape, here's the competitive market that you might be facing, and here's what it'll really take to achieve your goal, and just be really transparent about it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So at MPG, you describe omni-commerce as a phrase in terms of understanding the challenges that consumers are facing in today's world. What does it mean to you? How do you describe it? Coming especially from Sky, we're looking at things from an omni-channel lens, but I do appreciate omni-commerce, and we might be using that as well. You might see us coming down, because it does make a lot of sense, right? I think it's all about the transaction, following the customer where they're spending the majority of their time. But let me know what it means to you and how are you defining it?
Yeah, I would think about it in today's terms. We think of where's the consumer, and we work backwards to try and stitch together the customer journey and meet them where they are. And everybody says, oh, Omni is just market everywhere, which is convenient, I guess. We would love to be a little more strategic and tactical about it, and really look, if we're investing money on Amazon as an example, and it's not the best return, and we can get a better return, let's say on Walmart or Target or Kroger, depending on the category, we're just going to move the dollars, right? In a future world, hopefully the customer journey stitching together will be better, but we make a lot of inferences now, and we try and track conversion and lift change and be really smart about every dollar. There's a lot of pressure on every dollar. It's coming out of 23. I think it will continue in 24 as well, to just be really smart about it. And so that's when we talk about Omni, we're also, especially obviously outside of Amazon, looking at in-store conversion. And again, if we can help them grow their business, we don't have a horse in the game about which channel is best. It's like, if we're growing your business, you're probably going to stay with us. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it's true, like, budgets are not infinite, right? So people are being smarter, especially here in 2024. But it's good that you're looking at it more holistically. And I like what you said, that Omni is not everywhere. Some people think, oh, you have to be absolutely everywhere. For us, it's all about where is the customer spending the majority of their time? And to your point, test a lot of these different channels to see what's going to provide the best return on investment.
I should also mention social, obviously.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot in growth marketing. And again, a lot of test and learn.
Yes.
Just because somebody says you need to use Snapchat doesn't mean it's going to work for every brand, or TikTok. And so we have a whole range of things that we implement, whether it's UGC content or influencers or product sampling. It depends on the channel and the product mix. There's a lot of really great ways to efficiently drive a return for a client.
Yeah, definitely. How should brands think about evaluating tech partnerships in this constant evolving essence of commerce in today's world?
Well, obviously, we have a great partnership with you guys. So I'll start with ad tech, and then I can talk about some other things, because we're in a lot of different kinds of tech partnerships. I would say on the ad tech side of things, it's really, we're a people plus tools organization. I think a lot of people think there's some panacea of, plug in a tool and walk away. And what we've found, there are very limited cases where something like that might apply. But for a brand that's really engaged and really wants to be day-to-day focused on growing their business, I think the people plus tools is a fantastic approach. And when it comes to a tool like Sky, we look pretty hard at all the different ad solutions that are out there, and we never force somebody to go somewhere. If they come to us with a different partner, we try and work with them. But there's a level of knowledge that we get as we work more with somebody like you, and learn your roadmap and figure out how to leverage all the puts and takes in the tool. I would say that the most important thing that we look for in something like an ad tech platform is how to use it efficiently. I would say sometimes, you can run down a rabbit hole and it's not necessarily going to give the extra return that you need. And so, again, when we are evaluating something like that, it's trying to find the optimal tool that gets us the best return for us and for our partners. And then when I look at other tech platforms, we test just like we do in channel marketing, we test all kinds of different ways to find new tech. I'm an entrepreneur like in the software space on the side, and I love to test out new tech. So we look at stuff basically every month, and whenever we find something cool, we try and bring it to our partners to try and add more value.
What do you see, and I think this is kind of stemming from the earlier question, but what do you see happening for Amazon? What do you see happening for our space? And what would you like to kind of share with folks more broadly about kind of change to come, not only from MPG's lens, but in general?
Yeah, sure. I think I did maybe cover some of it, but I'll just revisit my thoughts a little bit. I would say on Amazon, as I talked about this transition from 1P to 3P, they continue to roll out new programs. As an example, 3P sellers now get Premium A Plus for free, and they're still asking 1P to pay for Premium A Plus. There's some sort of disconnected inequity. And I think they're going to solve all that pretty soon. They're pushing very hard. One of the things that I've seen that's really recent is a much more concerted effort to address counterfeit. They've always had transparency in Project Zero, but in the last, I would say, quarter, I've seen a really intentional shift to clean the channel in a way I haven't seen before. And I think that's going to be great for consumers. Yeah. And it's also great for brands. It'll help, again, when we lose the buy box, we can't use a tool like yours to run ads. We lose momentum and efficiency and relevancy. And so I think that's actually a really positive thing that's changing in Amazon.
I think so too.
And then lastly, on the Amazon side, I would say it's getting expensive to operate on Amazon. And it'll be interesting to see if there's any pause in the relentless charge for more share by them. And that kind of, I would say, dovetails into my next slide, which is Walmart. I'm really interested to see how Walmart progresses. And I would say there's sort of two potential paths. They're a totally worthy competitor. I'm excited to see the Illuminate that they're going to roll out, with how much real data comes from that and how fast we can get it. I'm hopeful that they're going to actually stand apart from Amazon and try to come in and live to their values of lower cost and do that for their vendors. That maybe will put a pause on the relentless charge of Amazon. It's possible, however, that they're going to say, wow, look at all of the things that Amazon charges vendors for that we're not. Right. So that's something I'm watching in the next, it's going to take a few years, but we're paying attention to those kind of changes at Walmart. And then lastly, I would say on the ad side, you mentioned it, some of the new things that are coming out. I'm really hopeful that all the streaming solutions that are available on Amazon and other places become more clickable. And I think they're coming. In fact, I saw some, I guess we're in the art right now, downstairs, some of the new engagement vehicles that really allow a consumer watching a TV or a Fire TV or an iPad to conduct commerce or add to a cart. That'll really, really help our ability to see that customer journey. Yeah. And that's something I'm excited about, and I think it will continue.
Yeah, that's true. And then outside of Amazon, Walmart, how are you thinking about the rest of commerce or retail media? What are some other bigger ones that you kind of see on the foray coming up?
I don't know if I would call it a win, but I have a dream.
All right.
Okay, so my dream is to really be able to stitch together the customer journey better, to understand, right now, even it's not that great to really, I guess AMC on Amazon is a good start to understand the full funnel. I don't know that other channels really have it, even in their own walled garden. If you think about like somebody in a Walmart, they're all looking at their phone, right? But I don't know that Walmart is stitched together like, oh, they saw this product and then they bought it at point of sale, right? They don't really, I'm not even sure they really have a good handle on, saw it and ordered online for pickup. Mm-hmm. So those alone are great. But my real dream is to see like this customer started at Target, they went to D2C, they went to Amazon, and they bought it at Walmart. It might be pie in the sky, but that's kind of what I would love for the future. If that would be true Omni from a marketer or a brand's perspective, to really be able to drive the value.
And I think that's happening a lot, right? If you think about just your own customer experience, because we have everything at our fingertips and these brands are everywhere, that you do that amount of research. And it would be good to see kind of like where they end up. But there's a lot of opportunity out there, and everyone's really coming in and making a run for it, as well, as I call it here.
Yeah, I think it's really
2024 and
exciting.
beyond.
Yeah, for sure.
Great. Well, here's the fun part.
I love it.
I'm just going to ask you just a few questions. Super fun, kind of fast.
Just like 2 truths and a lie, or
just 3 quick questions. Well, first of all, why don't you share something that you don't think people know about you? Or they can't find on even LinkedIn, right? So if they did their research.
oh, they might be able to find it. They wouldn't know what it is. I used to sell cause marketing. So I used to call it like ether. We would ask people for lots of money to feel good about themselves by supporting education.
Okay.
I did that for, 9 years.
Great.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I guess even I'm old, so a long time ago, I sold green building materials before anybody knew what they were.
Okay. Very nice. So green and helping others.
Yeah.
Love that. All right. So in Vegas, do you like to gamble or do you like to go see shows?
Gamble.
Okay.
Poker is my vice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. If you were an animal, what would you be?
That's a good one. My first response was cheetah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, I run hard and fast, but I don't have a lot of stamina.
All right.
That's the way I played soccer too, so I guess that would be accurate.
Okay. Perfect.
Cheetah. Is that my spirit animal? Is that how that works? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Spirit animal, favorite animal. It's the best.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's great. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Gives a little bit about yourself too. And thank you so much for being here.
Thanks
Thank you
for having
your
me.
partnership. Enjoy the last couple days here at CES, today and tomorrow. And safe travels back.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.